students, today's topic of biochemistry is chemical nature and biological role of carbohydrates. So, what is the structure of monosaccharide? Monosaccharides are basically polyhydroxy aldehyde or ketones which are generally reacted with the unbranched carbon chain. Carbohydrate is an organic compound with the formula CH2O where the N is less than 3 or equal than 3. Glucose is the most important, or where the N is more than 3 here. So, glucose is the most important physiological and biological monosaccharide, and it is showing their structure in the 3 different types. The first one is straight chain structure, the second one is cyclic structure or ring structure, and the third one is boat and chair form. So, here this is the glucose having the straight chain structure. In this the 6 carbon atom are present here, with is reacted with the second carbon with the whose oxygen is reacted with the 6th carbon here, and this is a straight chain structure, and the second one is ring or cyclic structure. This is the ring or cyclic structure which is having the alpha and beta form. So, the third one is boat and chair form. In this boat and chair form, the configuration is of 2 types, either is of boat form or the second one is the chair form. It is depending upon the structure and component of the glucose here. So, in chair form there are 2, 3, 5 or 6 carbon atom lies in the same plane and which is away from each other by the bond length of 110.9 instead of 109.5 degree. These all carbon hydrogen are in staggered form. Staggered form shows the most stable form here, that is why this chair form is the most stable as compared boat form here. So, boat form in boat form their carbon atoms which are facing upward will come into the closer due to the van der Waals forces. These van der Waals forces cause the molecular interaction and this will further increase the steric hindrance here. Due to this steric hindrance they are showing the less stable and higher energy. So, showing the increases in energy and less stable here. So, in chair and boat form the glucose showing the most stable structure in the form of chair. The next one is isomerism. Isomerism, this is a main phenomena where the compounds having the same molecular formula, but their structure are different. So, this is the process is known as isomerism and the structure is known as or compound is known as isomers. So, structural isomerism, in this structural isomerism they are showing the same structural formula, but their chemical structure or molecular structure is different. They have showing the aldose ketose isomerism here, and this glucose and fructose are the isomers of each other. They are having the same molecular formula C6H12O6 and their structure is different. This is the structure of dextroglucose and this is the structure of dextrofructose, and this is the because of they are showing the ketone or ketose form and glucose is showing the aldehyde form. This is the main difference between the fructose and glucose, and the rest structure is similar is here. So, these glucose and fructose are the isomers of each other. The next is stereoisomerism. Stereoisomerism where the compound having the at least one chiral carbon having the 4 different groups in their structure. So, those structure which are having the chiral molecule or chiral carbon in their structure shows the stereoisomerism, and in glucose or monosaccharides their stereoisomerism is present, and there are the structure of glucose showing by different types. Glucose is showing by the Fischer projection and it is showing optical isomerism, it is showing DNL isomerism, epimerism and anomerism here. So, what is Fischer projection? Fischer projection is the most common way of drawing of any chemical structure for an isomers. So, this is the general straight chain structure of glucose is known as Fischer projection. Here this is the D glucose which is a natural form of glucose, and this is the L glucose. L glucose is the artificial form of glucose. The difference is this: in the second carbon there is OH group present in the right side, and in artificial carbohydrate, there in the second form there is presence of hydrogen atom. So, there is this is a 2D structure of 2D structure, and this is a very linear structure also. What is optical activity? The characteristic feature of compounds with symmetric carbon atom. And when what is the optical activity? When there a beam of polarized light is passes through a solution of optical isomer of any compound, they are rotated towards the right or left. Depending on the rotation, they are known as or called as dextrorotatory or levorotatory. If they are moving toward the right, they are known as dextrorotatory, and they are moving towards the light towards the left side, they are known as levorotatory. And racemic mixture, when these D and L isomers are present in equal concentration, yeah, that is why there is no optical activity present, because half molecule is present towards the right side and the other form is plus towards the left side. So, there is no optical activity is present. That compound are known as racemic mixture. The next is D and L isomer of glucose. D and L isomer of glucose having the mirror images of each other. They are they form the enantiomers, because they are showing the mirror images. They are having the enantiomers. D glucose rotate the plane polarized light towards the clockwise, and the L glucose rotate plane polarized light towards the anticlockwise. So, these both are of stereo isomers here. These this is the synthetic form, and this is the natural form of carbohydrate. So, this rotate the plane of polarized light towards the left side and anticlockwise side, and this D glucose, which is the natural form, rotate the plane of polarized light towards the clockwise direction. The next property is mutarotation. Normally D glucose, alpha D glucose or beta D glucose, when are in specific rotation, or we are dissolved in the water here, they are normally they are showing specific rotation. Alpha D glucose showing the optical rotation, specific rotation 112.2 degree, and beta D glucose shows specific rotation towards the 18.7. But the main thing is that when these alpha and beta glucose are dissolved in the water, they are showing mutarotation. What is this mutarotation? When these alpha and beta glucose are dissolved in the water, they are change their specific rotation towards a specific site, representing interconversion of these alpha and beta form of D glucose in an equilibrium mixture. That means there is no optical rotation of alpha D glucose and there is no optical rotation of beta glucose. There is equilibrium mixture which showing the optical rotation or specific rotation towards the plus 52.7. What is this plus 52.7? Because there is the change in the optical rotation of solution of these alpha D and beta D glucose towards the basically single value, which is known as mutarotation. Here there is no alpha and no beta, there is only dextroglucose which dissolve in water and give the equilibrium mixture and optical rotation, specific rotation plus 52.7. So, this is known as mutarotation. This is the change in the specific optical rotation where the interconversion of then alpha and beta form of glucose to a equilibrium mixture here. What is mutarotation? The mutarotation is the change in the optical rotation because there is change in the equilibrium between two different anomers, the corresponding interconverted to each other. These cyclic sugar shows mutarotation as alpha and beta anomers and they are interconverted to each other. The optical rotation of the solution depends on the optical rotation of each anomers and their ratio of the solution. Sugar molecules also shows all the monomers, all the monosaccharides shows the mutarotation which plays an important role in the determination of structure of carbohydrate. All the monosaccharides showing this mutarotation, so they are helpful for the structure determination. What are epimers? Epimers, if there are two monosaccharides which are differ from each other in the configuration of around a single carbon atom, they are referred as epimers or each other. Glucose and galactose are the C4 epimers. This is the glucose and this is the galactose. There is the structure only difference between this carbon only. So, the structure difference is only at the C4 position, and when there is glucose and mannose, they are differ in the only C2 position. So, there is difference in glucose here. So, the two monosaccharides will differ from each other in their configuration condition around a single specific carbon is known as epimers. So, interconversion of epimers is known as epimerization. So, when these monosaccharides or epimers are interconvertible to each other with the catalyzed by the enzyme epimerase here. So, these are the epimers. The next one is enantiomers and diastereomers. Enantiomers are the chiral molecule with mirror images of one another, and they are not superimposable. They are showing the same structure and they are showing the mirror image to each other, but they are not superimposable to each other. They are having almost same physical and chemical properties. They are having one or more stereocenter. They are showing optical activity, and total they are having the total D and L form around 16 isomers of glucose. Example of these enantiomers are lactic acid. And what are diastereomers? Those chiral molecules without mirror images of one another, and they are not superimposable. They are not showing mirror images of each other, and they are not superimposable to each other. They have different physical and chemical properties, and they have more than 2 stereocenter in their structure, and they have not showing any type of optical activity. The example is tartric acid. The next is anomerism. Anomerism is the conversion of one to another, one monomer to one monosaccharide to second monosaccharide, and distinguished by the naming them alpha and beta. So, the anomers differ in the configuration particular at the acetal or hemiacetal carbon here. So, cyclic monosaccharide are differ from each other in the configuration of carbon 1, as they are aldoses because, and they are carbon 2 if they are ketoses. Any anomer is a cyclic saccharide, or this carbon is called as anomeric carbon, and this is derived from the carbonyl carbon here. So, in the D glucose or alpha D glucose or in beta D glucose, there is a general open chain structure of glucose, where there is aldehyde group, and when they are reacted with the alpha and beta glucose, this is the difference between these alpha and beta glucose here, and this is the main process of conversion of one form of isomer to other form, and this is known as anomerism. So, next is Haworth projection, a common way of writing structural formula to represent cyclic structure of monosaccharide. This is a general open chain structure or Fischer projection of glucose, and when this glucose structure is reacted with this fifth oxygen, and this form a cyclic structure here. The carbon atom of first carbon is reacted with the fifth carbon here and form a cyclic structure, and alpha form is having when this CH2OH having the other side of OH, and this is alpha form, and this CH2OH having the cis form with this OH group, this is known as beta form. So, glucose is showing in two different structure here. The first one is alpha and the second one is beta. The next one is polysaccharide classification. So, polysaccharides are of two types. There is homosaccharides and heterosaccharides. Homosaccharides having the same kind of monosaccharide present in this structure, and example is starch, glycogen and cellulose. Heterosaccharides are having two or more kind of monosaccharides. They have provide extracellular support to the organism at all kingdoms in the bacterial cell envelope. They hold individual cell together in animal tissues and provide protection, shape and support to cells, tissues and organs. They are the example of these heterosaccharide is heparin. The structural features of starch. Starch is a polysaccharide. So, starch when hydrolyzed yield D-glycopyranose, which is shown by the Haworth projection here. In starch molecule, these alpha D glycopyranose is these alpha D glucopyranose units are linked with each other, the oxygen atom at carbon 4th. So, when they are the first carbon of one glucose is reacted with the 4th carbon of another glucose, and these reacted together by the glycosidic linkage to form a polysaccharide. And this is the reaction example of starch molecule here. And in case of maltose, 23 glucose units linked together to form a starch molecule. So, then in the starch molecule this is having the homosaccharide example of homosaccharide. So, they are having the only glucose molecule in their structure, and at the 1,4 glycosidic linkage the structure of starch is formed. The next one is structural features of polysaccharide. The structural features of polysaccharide is, the for example is dextrin. The dextrin is the breakdown product of starch by the enzyme hydrolysis. The sequentially hydrolysis though different dextrin and finally to maltose and glucose. Finally, firstly dextrin is converted into the maltose and glucose here, and various intermediates are soluble starch, amylopectin and erythrodextrin and acrodextrin here. The structure of dextrin is a polysaccharide which is having the similarity with the structure of amylopectin, but the main chain are formed by the alpha 1,6 glycosidic linkage. Here the attachment of carbon from one monosaccharide to second monosaccharide by the first carbon and 6 carbon glycosidic linkage. The side branches of this structure of dextrin is attached by the 1:4. So, this is the structure of dextrin which is the formed by the 1,6 glycosidic linkage, and side branches are attached by the 1,4 linkages here. And what is the biological role of carbohydrate? What is the main function of carbohydrate? So, basically carbohydrates helpful in the regulation of nerve tissues and energy source for brain. They are required for the regulation of various nerves and their tissues, with it provide the energy source for brain. It is associated with lipids and proteins to form surface antigens. So, these carbohydrates are associated with the lipids and proteins to form surface antigens and receptor molecules. They are helpful for the formation of receptor molecules, vitamins and antibiotics. The next is, it is showing its importance by the formation of genetic materials like DNA and RNA in the form of deoxyribose and ribose sugar, because glucose metabolism there is formation of ribose sugar. This ribose sugar helpful for the formation of DNA and RNA. The next is hyaluronic acid, which is found between the joints. These joints act in these joints it acts as synovial fluid and provide frictionless motion. So, these carbohydrate help in the joints movement and provide proper moisture to the joints, and so that the joint work properly and shows the frictionless movement. The next is adequate storage of hepatic glycogen. It is these carbohydrate having the storage of hepatic glycogen. This showing the proper storage of hepatic glycogen, which is helps in the detoxification of normal liver. So, whenever there is detoxification of liver occurs, this convert into the liver a healthy liver. So, it is also helpful in the giving the bulk fiber for the proper or better digestion, because all the carbohydrate having the fiber in their structure. So, they can absorb moisture easily, and thus the way they can provide the good digestion for our body. And the next one is we have can conclude or revise with the this Haworth projection, anomerism or enantiomers. So, enantiomers are those chiral molecules which with having the mirror images of one another, and they are not superimposable. Enantiomers having the same physical and chemical properties and having the one or more than one stereocenters, and they show the optical activity. Enantiomers having the D and L form, that means they are showing around 16 isomers of glucose. Example of enantiomers are lactic acid. Diastereomers are those chiral compounds which are not showing the mirror images of each other, and they are not superimposable. They are having the physical and chemical properties, and they having more than 2 stereocenters. They are not showing the optical activity here, and example of this tartaric acid. What is anomerism? Anomerism I already discussed, just to revise here. There is conversion of one form of monosaccharide to another form of one form of compound to alpha D glucose to beta D glucose, or there is open chain structure here. This is in this anomerism here, this is distinguished by the naming alpha or beta. How it is known as alpha? Alpha is known as when there is formation of this CHO or aldehyde group here, and this CHO group is converted to two different things, and there is formation of two different OH group here and H group here. This is the position of this functional group are different. So, there are two different form, alpha glucose and beta glucose here. So, one anomer is differ in configuration at the acetal or hemiacetal carbon here. So, they are just different to each other by the only configuration purpose. They are having the difference in their acetal or hemiacetal carbon only. The cyclic monosaccharide differ from each other in the configuration of carbon 1 if they are aldoses, or they are having the configuration of carbon 2 if they are of ketoses. This anomer is of cyclic saccharide. This carbon is called as anomeric carbon, and it is derived from the carbonyl carbon, that is aldehyde or ketone functional group, which is the open chain form of the carbohydrate molecule here. What is the Haworth projection? Haworth projection is very important topic of this structure of monosaccharides. Here, whenever the structure straight form of glucose is converted into the cyclic form, and this cyclic form is converted into the two different alpha form and beta form. How it can occurs? It can occurs the structural formula to represent a cyclic structure of monosaccharide to simple 3-dimensional structure here. Here is 2 anomeric unit, I already discussed this thing, alpha and beta of D glucose, which is assigned pyranose ring structure by Haworth. Here, when the first carbon of this aldehyde group is reacted or combined with this fifth carbon here, and the oxygen of this OH group is attached with this hydrogen is carbon atom, and this form a cyclic here, because the oxygen having the lone pair of electron, and these lone pair electron by the attracted by the this carbon here, and this is this double bond is reacted here, and there is formation of one single bond here. Thus, there is formation of this alpha and beta. What is the difference of this alpha and beta? This alpha form having this CH2 OH group, which is present the 6th carbon is engaged this this is both the hydroxyl group are of trans form. One is above the plane and the other is below the plane. This is known as alpha form. And when the OH group are present in the same plane above the plane, this is known as beta form. So, Howard projection having the two different glucose cyclic structure. The first one is alpha glucose and the second one is beta glucose here. So, this is by concluding this structural formula of this monosaccharide here. These are the basically they are isomers. Basically, this is the general structure of glucose. The general structure of glucose is basically of two types. The first one is open chain structure, the second one is ring cyclic structure, and the next is chair and boat form. Next is isomerism of glucose D and L form, and epimerism, isomerism, optical activity, D and L form of the glucose, mutarotation of the glucose, and after mutarotation there are epimerization of monosaccharides, enantiomers and diastereomers, anomerism, Howard projection, and next the polysaccharide classification and the structural features of the polysaccharides. So, this is the overall total structural or chemical nature of the carbohydrates.